It's my final day in Nepal, and the rescued girls we met at the border have arrived in Kathmandu to join Anuradha's extended family here and begin their rehabilitation. It's time for them to say an emotional goodbye to another remarkable woman who's been with them since their rescue. No. Triveni Acharya runs the Rescue Foundation, one of the few Indian organizations rescuing women trafficked into forced prostitution. Every year, her team frees 300 to 400 girls from brothels in India, returning them to the care of mighty Nepal. 60% of the girls they rescue are under 16. Acharya and her team risk daily violence, threats, and reprisals from the pimps and brothel owners whose lucrative businesses she disrupts. During my stay here, I have heard some of those real stories.
Before I came to Mighty Nepal, I had given up hopes that I would ever be able to do something for myself, for my life. But now I know I have that courage. I can do something for myself and I can take care of my child. Now I'm working here as a gardener and my son goes to the school.
There are signs of hope. One of the most painful moments of the week happened within hours of my arrival at mighty Nepal, when a young mother was reunited with her daughter 6 months after she escaped from the brothel. At that first meeting, the terrified little girl didn't even recognize her mother. Happily, by the end of my visit, things had changed, and I was able to see mother and daughter beginning to bond once more. And there was a surprise for Geeta. Invited to travel from the hospice to watch a musical performance by the children at the Mighty Nepal Center, she sees her son in the spotlight dancing on stage and has an opportunity to tell him of her pride. At the same time in India, Mighty Nepal was continuing its work, coordinating a raid on a brothel in the city of Pune. A stream of cowering men flee, and a female officer dishes out her own judicial retribution. Triveni Acharya and members of the Rescue Foundation were joined by Indian police in the operation. As they pick their way through the hallways, the slaps continue to ring out. Even though brothels are illegal in India, for most of these men, it's the only punishment they will receive. A Nepalese man has traveled for days to be here just for the chance to rescue his sister. After their embrace and tearful reunion, the girl is able to call her parents and tell them she's safe. The more opportunity I have to meet the women face to face and hear their stories, it just continues to deepen my commitment. And I look at you and just how tirelessly you work, your dedication and the effort that it takes really to really fight this. And I sometimes feel like I'm just doing so small.
You had heard, now you've seen it with your eyes. When you see that pain, that keeps you going. It's not that, that I'm energetic or I'm doing it, but the fuel is the children who give me their sorrows, their pain they go through. That keeps me going.
And I think that on one hand, you can feel it as a mother, and I think that you can also feel it just as a woman. You feel that pain that you never want to see a young girl taken advantage of. And these girls here who are so innocent. They really, really do have such a sweet innocence.
They've gone through so much pain and still they have the hope. So we have seen such a lot of pain. We still have to live in the hope that one day we will end it. One day we will end it.
And I believe we can. A week after I left Nepal, I continued the fight against human trafficking. With my husband, we launched the DNA Foundation's Real Men Don't Buy Girls campaign. Our goal is to address the cause by reducing the global demand and changing the cultural acceptance of buying girls for sex. Human trafficking is more similar in the US and Nepal than you might think. Though my time in Nepal was brief, My experiences there only strengthened my resolve. The young women and girls I met have left a lasting imprint. One by one, they battled unspeakable cruelty alone, but now surrounded by other survivors in the safe haven they call Mother's Home, you can feel the renewed hope these girls have for their future. But Anuradha and mighty Nepal can't save every child on their own. Anuradha once said, "Just imagine if that was your daughter standing there. What would you do? How would you fight?"